You never know with technology. Oh, good. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So, hi. What are we doing tonight? What does it even mean to embody the song of your soul? You know, there's what is that? That's pretty vague. And one thing that I have learned, well, first I'll start off with, I'm going to pause. I just got excited. So I'm just going to pause for a second. I've been working the energy for a while, so I'm a little bit like, oh, as you will be soon. And it feels really amazing to work the energy of the soul on a sound vibrational level. So if you can, if you're not listening to this while doing things or driving, we're going to just take a moment and close the eyes and drop in just for a second to gather the group energy and the group soul. So closing the eyes. As always, tuning into the breath. Getting curious how it lands at this moment. Every breath, there's a birth and there's a death. A beginning and an end. A rebirth. And breathing deep into the belly. And just noticing how it feels. Is there space available deep in your belly? Does it feel constricted? No judgment, just observation. Then letting the breath rise, expand the rib cage, open the chest, the heart on the front, the heart on the back, reaching all the way to the crown. Letting the crown of the head just feel like it's getting pulled ever so slightly by a string of light towards the sky. Tractioning the spine physically and on the etheric level. And saying hello to Pachamama sitting on her supported, nourished, and feeling her, this mother, this divine being, saying hello to you back. And taking another deep breath in. Sighing on the exhale, opening up the voice. Inhaling, breathing deep into the belly. Letting whatever sound that wants to come out, could be a sigh, it could be a tone on the exhale. One more time. Inhale. Relax, 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 and sound. And slowly opening your eyes, letting the gaze be soft. So even as you lift your eyes to the computer screen or your phone, letting there be a soft awareness. So we're not trying to like jump out of our center line to focus. We're resting in our center while observing, while listening. And if you want to keep your eyes closed to stay inward always, that is definitely an option. You do what feels good to you. So thank you for being here. For those that do not know me, my name is Caroline, and I've been working in the vibrational medicine field for at least 15 years. I've been working with energy and sound over 15 years, and been more actively engaging in facilitating sound channeling, sound transmissions, and teaching sound healing for the last quite a few years. My approach is very intuitive. It's very much in alignment of realigning to be letting the divine feminine come back into the rightful place with the divine masculine. This is not about the intuition overriding the logic or the feminine overriding the masculine. This is about raising both meeting. And so my approach is really about listening. I don't really go into notes or not that that's a bad thing at all. It's just not, I'm not a trained musician. I'm not a trained singer. I like to play, Bob Dylan songs on my guitar, but that's about as far as it goes. And there's freedom in that. When I work with people, I have found that people who are trained musicians or trained singers can sometimes have the hardest time letting go to channel the tone, the song of their soul, or the song of the earth, or the song of the energies that want to come through. So if you are a musician or a singer, just know that we're going to put some of your training on the side. This is not about sounding good. This is not about performing anything. This is about using the tool and technology of sound that is it's old as anything to bring in the high vibration of your soul and light into form. So what does sound do? It brings these frequencies, light waves, sound waves. We make the sound, and then it comes into this reality, which is why whenever I'm working with someone, whether it's one-on-one with a client or with students in groups, I'm always using sound to move energy, because I can move energy. I'm a trained energy healer. I teach energy healing, and I can move pretty lots of energy with my hands and intention. As soon as I add sound, it turns on. It's like the turning on the fire hose. It's letting and it's happening. It's moving energy with more ease. So when we tune into what is it to tune into the song of our soul, and why would we do that? What does that mean? What we're doing is using the same skills as we would to go in meditation, shift consciousness. So shift perspective, shift brainwaves, shift our awareness, right? So we're going into an altered state of consciousness, going into non-ordinary states of consciousness. And we use sound, like you can use breath, you can use plant medicines to shift, alter awareness. We use sound. And when we do that, what we're doing is we're opening up those channels. So we're meditating, tuning into our soul. But when we add sound to it, it has the power to bring our soul energy into our body, and then also heal our body. There's a saying in Tibetan Buddhism the mantra. I'm going to botch it a little bit, but basically the sound, the mantra of your soul is the most powerful mantra that you could ever use for yourself, for healing, to really open up those gateways for purification, for awakening, for evolution. So there's profound healing into learning or opening up to engage with the vibration of your soul. So I say vibration because I vibration sound. We're just going to open up our mouths and just let the vibration of your soul come out, right? So we don't have to go searching to find the right, note of your soul. We're just actually using our vocal cords. We're using our throats to open up and just get out of our way. I mean, that is the hardest thing to do is out of all of this. It's really simple. The hardest thing is to let our ego at the door. So opening up, feeling the soul energy come up from the heart, come in from the soul light, and then come out the throat. And I've been super on fire today because I've just been preparing for this, and it just was such a beautiful reminder. Like that saying is just like, teach what you really want to get. And, I've taught this before, and I work with I work with this all the time, and yet to really focus on it, it was such a reminder and deep medicine for me of the purification and just the ecstasy too. Like it doesn't have to be for, doing the hard work of, working on this healing or that healing. It's simply to just bask in your soul vibration and form, right? So we're using sound to bring the soul energy into form. So I'm going to pause to see if there's any comments or questions before we go into an exercise. Oh, yay. Love it. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. It's juicy. Sorry for being that loud in the microphone. So I also feel a little bit it's a lot to cover in 30 minutes. So I'm going to pause for just a moment. Okay. So hopefully you're in a place where you can make some sound. If you're not, you can listen to this later and make some sound, because that is the thing we have to do to find our soul song. And at first it's going to be, it's a little bit like using the radio of like turning on the dial, like where is it? Oh, no, that's a little crackly. Oh, that's too much. I just went to a different station, so I need to come back a little bit. So, there's a way that we also just need to allow ourselves to not get it right. When I say right, you'll know, like when you land on the tone of your soul, you know it, you feel it in your central channel. It opens things up, but it takes a minute to get there. I do this quite a bit and been doing it for a while, and I'm still like, I was in the bathtub and just finding the groove and and sometimes like, nope, I'm off. Like I can tell when I'm not on my soul tone, I'm in the mental field, or I'm searching it, and then you land on it and it just produces ecstasy. It produces, and it doesn't always produce ecstasy, but right now for me, it produces ecstasy. It produces freedom of, unlocking that emotion that I've been like trying to get to, if that makes sense. So, you have to allow yourself to check the ego at the door, not about sounding good, and to be willing to play, right? So we get to play and open up ourselves to feel it. So we're going to go into an exercise. I'm going to guide us through this. The first part, I'm going to be guiding, Isis is going to be coming through, guiding me on, we're going to be guiding through this process of bringing in the soul energy. So, it's at the end of the day, we've probably all been doing, more mental body things, answering emails or taking care of kids or doing the work, doing the laundry, like, it's at the end of the day. So we're going to switch gears and really come into a guided meditation to fill up yourself with your soul energy. And then I'm gonna tone. And so for this, I just want you to at first to receive, because it's an initiation. This is, I've been really engaged with Isis and going back and remembering, like, what was it to the sound initiations at the temples? How do we find that place again of within ourselves? And so you're going to be initiated through Isis, and Hathor comes in as well, into these different points to just help open up the floodgates. And open up the floodgates meaning open up the remembering and opening up what you already know. The song of your soul. It's just tuning in back into that remembering from all the programming, all the lifetimes where we forgot it. So there's nothing really you have to reach outside to grab it. You don't need to try. In fact, trying just makes it harder to find that station. So at first, though, I was instructed that to go through this process and open it up with an initiation. So I will be doing the toning and guiding the energy that way. The second part, and I'm not going to come out of it between these two parts. We're just going to go one part into the next. The second part is I will then guide the energy from a guided meditation more, and then you will be invited to find that soul song and find the difference of what it feels like to find the tone and where it lands in your body, where it takes you, and to loop that for a little bit. So I'm not going to be toning because that I don't want to override. So wherever you are, just let the loop. For example, if I'm I still didn't find it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I take another breath and you drop into it. You know what? Words really don't work right now. It's just more of experience and do it. So I'm going to stop talking. Does anyone have any questions before we begin? Okay. So you will be receiving an MP3 with a longer process of this. So don't worry, if you don't get it at this moment, this is the first time you're doing it. It might be the first time you've ever done any sort of sound healing or sound activations, so whatever happens is perfect. So again, like there's no right, there's no wrong, there's no techie anything. There's no, we need to sound like Beyonce. It's just like, let all that go. Okay. All right, my loves. So if you want, you can also just, anytime you're working with sound, it's always good to open up the shoulders, do some neck rolls, just really open up, shake it out. If you feel like a little bit triggered or nervous, you can just shake it out, shake your arms out. This whole area, we just want to have it open. You can also do the lip thing. Just to get things open. I do this a lot in the car. Just the my left brain's not working so well. The trimmer, the bee trimmer thing, that. So that is a great vocal exercise to open up the throat. So you just want to shake it out. Okay. So getting comfy. Letting letting go of any expectation, letting go anything that needs to be accomplished. Now you just get to be on a guided journey. Focusing on the breath. And placing the awareness on the top of the head, at the crown center, allowing the petals to unfurl. Inviting the crown to relax, to open, receive. Just notice what you notice. Does it feel like you are wearing like a ball cap? Has the crown been more constricted today? Does it feel open? And then placing awareness a foot above the head to the soul light. For those who have not worked with me before, I'll be snapping, burping, making noises as I'm tuning into the collective energy, soul, and moving energy that way. And then I'll be using sound to do that, or toning. So at the soul light, a foot above the head, feeling into this chakra, the 8th center, the Ba in Egyptian alchemy. Imagining a glowing golden sphere. The sphere is the light of your soul. And just notice as soon as I say that, does it change color? Do you feel a shift? Just naming this is the essence of your soul. Constantly feeding the personality body, constantly feeding the different energy, the different layers of the energy field, informing the personality, the vehicle to act on its behalf. For a lot of us, not all of us, if humanity has made this connection yet. So just feeling this energy connecting in, feeling that ball of light that's your soul essence get brighter with your intention and attention. It may change colors. And feeling it 360. Sometimes we can start to feel it getting bigger on the front, but we forget that it's a sphere. It's getting bigger on all sides, 360, like a beach ball, like a giant beach ball above our head. Or it might be a volleyball above our head. Just trusting the energy as it moves and changes and shifts. And within the light of your soul, as it's gotten more fortified and activated and illuminated, there's a pearl. It's a condensement of, I might have made that word up, of your own soul energy. And that pearl comes down from the soul light into the crown, the top of the head. From the top of the head, down your central channel, it goes to the center of head. This beautiful pearl of your own soul essence, an extension of your soul body. From here, it goes down into your throat, the center of your throat. From the throat, going down to the center of your chest. From the center of your chest down into your belly. What does it feel like to have a pearl essence of your soul sitting in your belly? From your belly down into your second chakra, to your womb center. Or if you don't have a womb, into the center of your reproductive organs. What does this feel like? What's the communication? From this all the way down to the base of your spine. From the base of the spine, that pearl goes back up into your womb, goes back up into your belly, sits, rest in your belly. From here, going up into your heart. Perhaps feeling the wings of your heart. Up into your throat, the pearl of your soul essence. And from here, feeling your soul touching on every part of your energy body that corresponds to the physical body, all your cells now matching this soul essence. Feeling into what does this feel like. And then we're going to take a deep breath in and tone the song of your soul. You might need to search for it. Just keep going. Inhale, exhale. If you find the tone and you don't need to work the breath, just keep going with it. Seeing like, where does this tone take you? Where does this song take you? Where does it land in your body, using your voice, using the sound? If you're having a hard time finding it, also you can turn up the light of your soul light foot above your head as that energy also comes into your body. You're really focusing on that pearl, that soul essence, lighting up at your throat. So when you open your voice, the soul just comes out. Keep going with it. You're surrounded by your guides, surrounded by a circle of light, the masters of sound, holding space, celebrating, finding your way through this ancient technology. It may be loud, it may be soft, it may be high, it might be low, it changes. What is the expression, the vibration, the frequency that your soul wants to show up with right now, which is different than in 2 minutes? What does it feel like? Keep going. What is it teaching you? What is the medicine being offered? And letting the last round, the last cycle, and pause and tune in. What does your body feel like? What does your energy field feel like? What feels lighter? What feels like it might have stirred some things up? And taking a deep breath in. So definitely stay inward if you feel like it. We are running a few minutes over. I apologize. It's a lot to cover in 30 minutes. So if you need to jump off, and you'll get the recording. And I apologize for jumping right into like conversation after that. But I want to see if anyone has any questions, or if anyone felt the shift. While I'm waiting to see if anyone does that in the chat box, I wanted to say a couple things of that, so I do a lot of channeling and, letting different guides come in, and, working with Mother Mary and Isis and Magdalene a lot. Kuan Yin, different beings. Why I would do work with, like if I'm just feeling energy and, what is it, um, versus, oh, I'm going to channel Kuan Yin to help move this heart stuff. Why was it important to tune into the song of our soul? One thing that's really important is, nothing can like open up the different places in ourselves other than our soul. It's the first time, it's the energies that come through. Like when I'm channeling Magdalene, there's times where I'm just weeping, letting the energies come through, having my own shamanic experience as I'm channeling and moving the energy for the group or for myself. When it's with my soul, it's really this intimate place of myself. And it really, I just can't state how profound the healing is when it's really engaging, courting the song of your soul and letting that open up your body, letting that open up the places that might have gotten stuck, working with the heart with grief. That was a lot for me today, is that I've been working with my guides with the grief of losing my father. Like 6 weeks ago or something like that. But it wasn't until I was like, oh, using the song, like really engaging sound with the song of my soul, like opened up these places in me that, that I didn't get from working with other guides. It is a profound tool. It also is just like, if you're in your head or if you're trying to figure something out, you can't stay in your head and work like toning in general. Like I can tone in the car, I can tone, with clients. It's a remembering. It's a difference when we open up and bring our soul in, the tone is different. So I'm just going to pause here and listen. Definitely made a sound from my throat I've never made. Very pleasant. Yay. This is the first time I was really able to let my vibration move through me. I could see myself in a different situations. The sound just moved through me. Beautiful. Thank you. I feel more me, effortless, ease, stillness. Beautiful. Felt like remembering, and the sound was showing me a past life. Yeah, this is a powerful way if you are feeling like you're the veils between this life and the others, to really let your soul guide you. And I love Phoenix saying that feeling more you. Yes, it's like, it is great to channel. And I love my guides and Magdalene, and, it's super yummy to feel their energy. And to really just come back home to myself, and not put like, whether it's ascended masters or different beings on this pedestal, but to really just like dance with myself and the depth of my soul and the wisdom. And it's profound. Right before we started allowing the sound to come out, I felt a wave of arousal shoot through my body. The sound that came out expressed the sensation my physical body was experiencing. Then as we kept going, it shifted to something that sounded far more ancient. Yes. Yeah, totally. Oh, yay, Jessie Lynn's here. Yay. It's so true. Like there truly is this ancient ecstasy remembering that happens, and you get into it. I mean, I move, you don't have to stay like this, using like letting the primalness of this remembering have its way with you. It can get sexy and sensual and all of it. It can get raw. It can, there's places, when I first really started working this, it wasn't always ecstasy. It was also this level of like this expression of the depth of the grief of my soul. And so there's been some deep nights of, being hoarse the next day. I don't necessarily recommend it always, but it was needed. It's like, so letting the energy take you where it needs to. But if you've really been wrestling with a certain issue, and it's not just from your personality, it's not just from your mental body, and it's not even just from your emotional body. It's from an ancient place that's like keeps like showing up in your life. Open up these channels and let the voice, let the sound come through, and it really will shift on a cellular level. Going back to, we can do this exercise and I can bring in the soul light. I can have it go up my centers. I can feel things. And there's change happening and there's opening happening. But when you put sound, it gets to the cellular DNA level in a way that it's more like almost like lightning. I could feel and see so many colors and shapes while going through this sound journey. Magdalene came in very strongly. Thank you, Caroline. Oh, yay, Iris, you're here too. Oh, yay, I'm glad. So I hope I kind of explain like the whys, the hows, the, really, again, like it is that ability. The hardest thing is just letting ourselves get out of the way and let the vibration and the sounds come through instead of trying to reach to create a sound. And it takes practice. When I first started doing more events and I'm like making all these weird sounds and I'm trusting like, oh, there's my guide. Oh, there's my guide. But then I have to like open my voice in front of people. It was like, wow, like, and just the ego wants to get involved. And it's like, if you sound weird, if you sound double toning, if you sound like all these different levels, you just open up and just let it through. Profound healing, profound insight, profound ecstasy can happen. So I am over and I apologize, but this is a super juicy topic for me. I live for this. So thank you all for being with me and extending over, and love you all. And I look forward to being with you. Next week, I'll be doing a Facebook Live and it'll be super juicy as well. So, and you'll get more information about that. And yeah, so I will, oh gosh, I'm such a bad tell people about things person sometimes. There's going to be some really too juicy sound, one more big course and one transmission. I don't know if you could feel the difference of like when the initiation was happening through the centers with the pearl. So there's going to be, I'm really excited about it. I've been working hard with it and working together with my guides of some sound courses coming out is basically what I'm saying. But I'll let you know about all that. And let me know. I would love to know if you could get on the Facebook, my Facebook page, if you want to share or share in the event group. Or you can email me. I'd love to hear how this goes for you. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to email me. So, okay. Love you all and have a beautiful evening.